Leo remembered the exact moment it started. He was scrolling mindlessly through some self-help videos after a particularly rough week at work. He felt adrift, like a boat without a rudder. He'd always been a bit of a people pleaser, always trying to make everyone happy, always deferring, and it wasn't working, not for him anyway. Then this guy popped up, all chiseled jaw and intense eyes, talking about divine masculinity, about being a pillar, a leader, an unwavering force. It sounded powerful, like a solution. Leo, he was hooked. Mia, his girlfriend of 5 years, was the opposite. She was a whirlwind of vibrant energy, an architect who designed buildings that practically sang. She was independent, opinionated, and incredibly warm. They had a good thing, a really good thing, or they did. He started small, listening more, talking less, trying to be present, but in that intense, unblinking way the guru recommended. He'd nod, slowly, thoughtfully, even when Mia was just telling him about her day, about a tricky client, or a funny thing her cat did. He thought he was being a rock. He thought he was being masculine. Mia noticed, of course. "You okay, babe?" she'd ask, her brow furrowed. "You seem different, a bit quiet." Just processing, he'd say, trying to keep his voice low, steady, like the guru's. "A man needs to process." She just stared at him, a flicker of confusion in her eyes. He definitely saw it. Then came the leading. Oh man. He started making all the decisions, where they'd eat, what movie they'd watch, even how they'd spend their weekends. He'd just announce it, calmly, confidently. "We're going to that new Italian place I've already booked." Or, "I've planned a hike for Saturday, be ready at 8. Mia, who loved planning things together, who loved their spontaneous debates about pizza versus sushi, started to get prickly. "Wait, you just decided?" she asked one evening, her voice sharp. "Without asking me. A man leads," he recited, almost instinctively. "He provides direction." Her jaw tightened. Direction. "Leo, we're partners, not a ship and its captain." He tried to explain about the importance of masculine energy, about how it creates a sense of security, but the words felt hollow, even to him, as they bounced off her increasingly frustrated expression. He was truly trying to do the right thing, though. The intimacy started to fray. He was told divine masculinity meant being in control of his emotions, not letting them dictate his actions. So, when Mia was upset, he'd try to be stoic. He wouldn't hug her immediately. He'd wait for her to process her own feelings, for her to come to him. One night, she was crying, really crying, about a project that had gone wrong. He sat beside her, rigid, trying to embody that unwavering force. He didn't touch her. He just sat there. She looked up, her eyes red-rimmed, and stared at him. "What are you doing?" She choked out. "Why aren't you holding me?" "I'm giving you space to feel," he said, his voice flat, emotionless. He thought he was being strong. She recoiled as if he'd slapped her space. "Leo, I need a hug! I need you! What happened to you?" That was the first big crack. He doubled down. Of course, he read more, watched more. The guru said women wanted a man who was unflappable, who didn't get caught up in feminine emotions. He started to see Mia's vulnerability, her need for connection, as weakness, something he needed to rise above. He stopped sharing his own worries, his own fears. He became a wall, a very, very lonely wall. The humor, the lightness, the easy banter that had defined their relationship, it all vanished. Every conversation felt like a negotiation. Every interaction felt forced. He was trying so hard to be this ideal man. He was losing himself, and more importantly, he was losing Mia. The unexpected twist came not from a dramatic fight, but from a quiet, devastating conversation. They were sitting at their kitchen table, the one where they'd shared so many meals, so many dreams. "I can't do this anymore, Leo," Mia said, her voice calm, utterly devoid of anger, which was somehow worse. "I don't know who you are. You're not the man I fell in love with. You're a performance, and it's exhausting." His stomach dropped. But I'm trying to be better for you, to be a stronger man. She shook her head, tears finally welling in her eyes. You're stronger. You're distant. You're cold. You don't see me anymore. You don't feel with me. I don't want a pillar, Leo. I want a partner. I want you. That hit him like a physical blow. I want you. Not the guru's version of him. Not the divine masculine him. Just him. The flawed, sometimes anxious, but loving him. He looked at her, really looked at her for the first time in months. Her eyes, usually so bright, were dull with pain. Her shoulders, usually so straight, were slumped. He had done this. He had ruined it. The next few weeks were the hardest of his life. Mia moved out. He was alone in their apartment, surrounded by the silence he had unwittingly cultivated. He deleted every divine masculinity video, every podcast. He started talking to Marcus, truly talking about how lost he felt. Marcus, ever the pragmatic one. Just listen, sounds like you tried to fit yourself into someone else's box, mate. He said one day, gently. You were already a good man, Leo, a kind man. You just needed to trust that. It was a slow, painful climb back. He reached out to Mia. He apologized not with grand gestures, but with the law honest for his heat, but with stay he'd been. Pausiert for die dira een so entschlossen. He started going baby. He started feeling his old emotions and then even he upentable hurt. He started airing himself. The relationship the match could fix himself over me. There's still storage, still moments at bar, are stormy. And then Stakini, these don't choose. No, you want that shoes straight, cause it about these and oceans. The week kind of years ago, I found in the morning about connection. That didn't you because of, not just physically, but emotionally. He earns the most defined thing she could be for himself and for me, or something of fronting. And that was a blueprint he could find over his bar.